What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to some City Skylines. We are here today in my custom map that I created, and we are going to start working today a little bit on some roads and some networking and some other things in the actual map and not the map editor today. So as you can see, we have loaded up our preset with our LUT. Got the kind of light everything the way I would prefer it to be, I think. It could be a bit brighter, but brightening it up makes it less green, like less cool colors, and I'm trying to keep a little bit of a bluish kind of greenish tint to it, so that I get that that Kentucky, West Virginia, kind of Tennessee kind of feel to it, you know. So let's take a look at a few changes before we actually get started in the time lapse. I have added, for one, kind of a very small river. It starts up here, right, and then kind of goes down the mountain and winds down through there. So this will give us a few kind of like a few waterfall effects kind of coming down through here into this area, and then coming down through here, as you can see. Had some problems getting this to work a little bit because it kept flooding down in this area, but I was able to get it to work out just the way I wanted it to. Then we have it go over here and down through here and under this bridge right here. So basically this separates the middle of the map a little bit. Gives it just a little bit more of a water feature that kind of runs from the mountains down, winds around like a snake into the river, or the lake that we have down here, which is going to be more of a tourist attraction than anything. And you know, like I said, this was kind of a problem to kind of get it to work, but I finally got it working. I've also smoothed out some of the edges of the water, where the water comes to the land, kind of smoothed out some of that. It's still not perfect yet, it still needs a bit more work, but we're going to do that while we're actually playing the map and stuff out and get that done. So by the time you guys are reading this, my patrons should be able to get their hands on this map. I am going to put it up about the same time that this is rendering. I will probably go in and upload that to Patreon for all of my patrons to grab. Anyone from like I think it's $2.99 and up, you will be able to get that. I've also came over here. We've added our railway line, as you can see, kind of going down through here. It will run over here across the river, up and about. Oh, look at that! We got two trains going the same route. Are they going to meet each other? I don't have this actually playing. Let's do that real quick. Let me pause. Yes, they were actually. Okay, cool. I've actually went in and set my key map settings up on my keyboard to where it is. It uses the same controls as Planet Coaster to make it easier for me to remember the controls. Alright, so the railway line, as you can see, it splits right here, goes up that direction, also comes across the highway right here, which makes an interesting little bridge section right here too, which I kind of like. I think this looks quite well here. Goes across the river over here, so it's actually going to run along this side of the river while the other highway goes over that way. Did some work down here along the freeway down here the other day on my Twitch stream. Kind of got all of the roads kind of leveled up and working a little better down through here. Again, still not perfect, but I'm still a noob when it comes to playing City Skylines, so I'm doing the best I can. As you can see, it goes off into the distance back there. And I worked a little bit on the bridge down here some, and into the mountains over here. So I smoothed out these transitions and stuff going up into the hills, as you can see. We run up through here and back. And I moved some of these trees out of the way, but maybe I didn't. I'm not sure. Anywho, yeah. But as you can see, this is it gives some great scenic views along the highway down through here. And I'm very happy with how this came out. Very happy indeed. It's a lot of lights running down the road. I wish I knew how to do that where I could actually split the lights up a little bit so there's not so many, but it's fine. I can work on that later on. So anyway, we will zoom out a little bit here, and I got this right here kind of sort of working over here. Looks like we have, I need to work on that a little bit. Looks like it's not perfectly great right there. So We can fix this. I got 81 tiles on. So, and there's one thing about doing tunnels that are supposed to go off into outside connections. You actually cannot do that. It doesn't allow you to do tunnels into an outside connection. So I actually had to dig down here. You can't see it for the fog, which actually works out perfectly. But I put an indentation in the mountain right there, and it actually goes through the mountain, so you don't even see it. And that works great. And then we have the railroad tracks over here, which will go across the bridge over here and into that direction there. So, as you can see, everything is as it should be. I went back, I actually ended up deleting every tree on the map and placing trees back down because, as I said in the last video, what ended up happening was I ended up with palm trees in my map somehow. I think it was going from a, I think we had it under a Borealis or whatever, and then we went to a tropical, and somehow when I switched the tropical, some of the trees I guess got turned into palm trees. So yeah, fixed that by deleting every single tree on the map and placing new ones back down, and I was able to get a lot more forest area, and I got some red cedars in here, we got some pines, some other things, kind of get a little bit of a different color in some of the trees there. And we actually ended up using less trees this time around and got a better effect out of it. So I'm pretty happy with this. We got like one tree up here on top of the mountain, two trees on top of the mountain, which kind of looks funny. It looks like one from a distance, so I was going to say, oh look, one tree hill. But yeah, this is what we did. I raised the road up a little bit here so that we could start and do our actual city and stuff. And like I said, this is going to be our main metro city, which we are going to be starting in. And let's go over to the time-lapse video, or the time-lapse part of this video, and I will talk a bit about what I'm doing as far as that goes, shall we? Okay, so here we are in our time-lapse, and I have started construction here of the actual metro part of the city. I thought this would be the best place to kind of start, and what I'm doing right now is I'm putting a large, not a highway, but a large road that's going to be a circle all around the city. Anybody who is familiar with Lexington, Kentucky knows that there is a main kind of road that goes all the way around the city called New Circle Road. It's not really a pure circle, it's just kind of a circle, so that's kind of what I was doing here, it's just kind of a circle. And then the city itself is in the middle and also on the outskirts of that. But it goes all the way around like in a loop all the way around the city, and it's a fast way to get from one part of the town to the other part of the town without having to go through downtown. You can kind of always get to different sections of the city just by hopping on this or by hopping onto the main highway, which runs down through there as well, which is I-64 or I-75. They kind of combine and go together. So after I got done with our New Circle Road, I'm using air quotes again that you guys can't see because I'll probably give it some other kind of name. I will then go ahead and, as you can see here, I'm doing kind of an off-ramps so that we can kind of get the area here, what I want done. So my mistake there was that I went ahead and put the things already marked to the ground. So I had to change those to elevated and then move them up so that they are more of a slant. Not perfect. I try really, really hard to kind of get them perfect, but again, I was kind of in a hurry because we had a bunch of stuff to kind of work on today, and I wanted to get through those. Same thing on the other side of the road here as well, so we'll fix those up the best we can and try to get those just kind of leveled out so that they are, they got a nice slant to them where the cars can get up and down the road. I do the same thing up here on the other side of the highway as well, because we're going to have two different off-ramps here that go around. There'll be more than just two, of course, but these are the main two for like when you're first coming from the east. If you're traveling west into our town here, which I don't have a name for. Again, this is going to be loosely based upon Lexington, Kentucky, but it's not going to be Lexington, Kentucky. All of this is just every city, every town that we do in this series is going to be something that's based upon a different city, but not a replica. So I don't want to call it the same names or anything like that. I want to give them different names and kind of go from there. So in between the highway and our circle road. Again, don't have a name for that. If you guys got any great names that we can call this instead of new circle road, what else could we call this loop that goes around the city? If you guys have any other names for that, I would love to hear them. Same thing for the name of our town as well. I'd like to see what you guys have in mind for a town. But back to what I'm doing here is I'm just kind of doing some like weird roads that are going to kind of come around through here, and this is going to be a residential area that's going to be kind of separated in between the highway and the main road, which will be like downtown and outskirts of downtown. Another mistake I did here is I had the road set to elevated using road anarchy. Forgot I had done that, and then about halfway through doing this, I looked down at my map or my roads, and I was like, oh crap, they're elevated. Oh well, I'll have to fix them later. But I'm trying to get as many different like smaller roads, kind of offshoots and stuff into this. I don't want to do just square grids. I want to do like this really kind of off slanted kind of area here for residential. I may end up putting even more roads that kind of slide in between here, or changing up some of the roads a little later on once we start getting some of the residential like buildings and stuff in. We won't be doing that today. This is more or less just networks, interchanges, and like roads and designing how our residential area is going to look is mostly what this video is going to be. I'm just trying to connect different roads to different places here. It's just kind of off the top of my head. I'm just kind of looking at it and like, oh yeah, maybe a road through here. Maybe we can do a road this way. Maybe that will kind of look pretty good as well. My air conditioner just came on, so I'm going to say apologies in advance for the background noise here. I can't get up and turn it off at this moment, right in the middle of the recording. So we're gonna have to deal with it because this is the way my week has been. This video that you guys are watching today was supposed to have been up Saturday. Had some things come up this weekend, some major issues that kind of happened, some very bad stuff basically, and I don't want to get into it on the video or anything like that. But let's just say that my weekend was awful and I did not get around to making any videos this weekend, so I'm trying to play catch up right now at the moment. My original intention was to actually start doing the houses and everything else in this video, but I didn't get the time, so here we are. So I'm messing around with the roads here. I'm changing them, as you can see. I'm changing them over from the elevated over to the the ground height, and that way the ground sticks to the roads. I'm also changing out the roads for these ones with the trees on the sides as well. I think this would look really pretty, and these are supposed to be good for soundproofing the areas, which I think will work quite well with being in a residential area and just make everything kind of look kind of nice. So if I can fit some more roads in there, I probably will end up doing so. I'm trying to keep them away from our circle, our loop. We'll call it New Loop Road for now. I guess that doesn't even sound good either. I guess we'll just go ahead and call it New Circle for now until we come up with a better name for it. But I'm trying to keep them away from that main road right there because we're probably going to do some like businesses and stuff off of that and some other things down through there. So don't really want to mess with those too much. I'm just trying to kind of keep them at an angle. Once we finish kind of fixing all of these roads down through here and getting the roads to look the way I want them to look, here you will see me start to do some cul-de-sacs. I really kind of wanted to do some of these. This is the first time I've ever done anything like this, and I'm playing around with it and trying to get them to work. The way you do it is you take a small road, maybe like a 2-lane road. I personally am using some that are from some I downloaded that's like, I think they just call them plain suburbia roads or something like that, and then you go out as far as you want to it right there, and then at the end of these you take the 6-lane large road, and then you place it 1 unit out from there, and then from there you have your little cul-de-sac. That's one way of doing it. There is another way to do it, which takes it, it's a bit more advanced, but it makes it more circular. For now though, I'm just doing these quick ones here and hoping that these kind of look alright once they're done. Once we get the cul-de-sacs themselves attached to the roads right there, what we will do at that point is go in with some ploppable asphalt, and we'll place those down. Those are from Ronix, I believe. We'll take those and put them in and cover up the little markings that you see, the road markings. I think it looks like a crosswalk is what they are. So we're going to cover that up with some ploppable asphalt there to really kind of make that shine. So it's all of the details, guys, all of the details, and this is going to come out really, really good. After I get done with this here, you guys will see me just kind of start placing maybe a few more of these. I also noticed when I was doing some of these that the roads were, a few of the roads didn't connect right, so I have to fix those as well. Let's see, is this where, yeah, this is where we're going to start placing down the ploppable asphalt here, as you can see. And notice how it sinks down and it covers up. There's different ones there. I'm using the sunken version, and it takes about 3 to cover up each one, as long as I don't mess up, and then it can take 4. I think there's a couple here that I did end up using 4 on because I completely messed up. That one right there that I just passed, there you can see it's the road's not actually connected somehow. So something happened there that didn't connect. So I have to delete that here in a minute, go back and fix it, which we'll do. But I think once we get all the houses in here, all the residential area, I think it's really going to fill this area up and really make the area shine. And then we'll see how much room we have to work with, see if we need to put down some more roads and, you know, maybe some more interconnections and stuff down through here to get more housing. We're also probably going to extend this on the other side of the freeway as well and go more towards the river as well. One of the other big things I kind of want to get into somewhere in this general area is I want to make a school district as well, because I'm looking at a map of Lexington and I'm noticing this is kind of how it is as well. I'm noticing that they have schools kind of right in the middle of each of these sections of suburbia areas or suburban areas. So we have the housing areas, and then we have the schools right mixed in with it. Some of them are right in the middle, some of them are on the main road right before, like, they're at the entrance to these suburban areas. So we'll probably do something along those lines. I was kind of leaving some space there for that, but I just thought I wanted to put some more cul-de-sacs in here. I don't know why I keep adding these. I think maybe more actual roads would probably be better than these cul-de-sacs, but I guess it's just I found something new to play with and I really want to kind of add them in there. So what do you guys think? Do you like how the residential road network is kind of working out here? Let me know what you guys think. For now, let's go ahead and head over into live view so I can show you what we've done. Alrighty guys, here we are at the actual build. Now that I've finished everything that I was trying to do there, here we have pretty much what's our residential area is going to be like right now, kind of the way I have it planned out. I most likely will also do another on this side over here as well, very possible. And we're probably going to do another intersection of the freeway or the highway here that kind of comes off. And we'll have this kind of branch down this way and kind of basically this road will go have an offshoot that comes over this way and hits this direction, which leaves us some more room in this area down through here. And I've got some plans for up in here as well. But what I'm thinking is we will probably put the school most likely somewhere in this general area right in here. I think that will actually kind of set that kind of pretty well. So we may do the school maybe in here, or maybe somewhere on this side of the road, something like that, and then do some more residential over here. That's basically what I'm thinking. Now you will notice some of the roads that I use for our main circular road here that's going to loop around our city. I use a 6-lane large road for that. And then these offshoots right down through here, I used a 4-lane, well, 2-lane on each side basically, with the grass in the middle of it, because I think that kind of works very well. I will also need to go ahead and do this real quick right here. So we'll grab this and kind of move that over a little bit right into the middle of that right there. Same thing right here. Grab that, move that over here as well. And there we go. I can't grab that. Oh, that's weird. Okay, so yeah, but I think we'll probably fix those up a little bit and make that kind of work. And we have our off-ramps, which will come up here. If I can, I will try to get that down through there. I'll probably also use the traffic president as well to maybe make these roads work down through here. And then the little cul-de-sacs. Let's take a closer look at the cul-de-sacs here that I made. So we'll have maybe a house or two down this way and then some around this here. Like I said, I kind of wish we could maybe do that just a bit circular. There is a way to do it. It's a lot more work and a lot more resources, so I'll have to put down a lot more pieces to make it really work. But there is a way to do it. It's just harder, and I don't know if I want to take that right now for my first build. So and then you'll notice I also kind of kept away from these general areas right down here along our main road down through here, as well as up and down through here. So we're probably going to have some businesses, maybe some gas stations, hotels, other things right down there. I'm also thinking we may end up taking this and bringing it across with a small bridge down through here. We might do the same thing up here, maybe. I don't know yet. We will see kind of what happens with that. But that is what we have so far. On the next episode, we will actually start placing down our residential, and by placing down, I mean I'm not going to actually just like zone it and then let it grow up. I'm probably most likely going to literally place each and every house. That way I get just the way I want it to be, and we can keep them there without them disappearing on us or changing out to houses we don't want there. I figure that's going to be the best way to get the look and stuff that I want, and that way we can get the houses and stuff in there that we want. So there we have it. So this is episode 2 of my Appalachia build. I hope you guys are enjoying this series so far. We are only getting started, so I know a lot of this just hasn't been, that fantastic. We got the first episode was the map build. Second episode is just building some streets. So, but yeah, I just kind of randomly just started placing roads, and we'll see what that kind of turns out to be in the next episode as we start placing houses and see what we have to work with. It's kind of hard to figure out how many houses we'll put in there for right now, but we may end up kind of squeezing these roads together and maybe getting another one down through there. We may put one road down through here possibly. I don't know yet. I really don't. We'll find out next episode. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I very much appreciate it wherever you are in the world. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Thanks for watching. What's up, everybody? Thank you for watching the video. If you haven't already, make sure you click that subscribe button down below and click on the bell to stay on top of all my new videos and live streaming events here on YouTube. I also want to give a huge shout out to all the names you see on the right for their support through donations, Patreon, and through Twitch subs. If you would like to join their ranks and you are able, you can do so by clicking on any of those links in the video description down below. No worries though, if you don't like giving away money like that, you can still support the channel by purchasing games or anything through Greenman Gaming, through Humble Bundle, or through Amazon by clicking on my links and making your purchase. A little bit of that goes towards me to support the channel. If you still can't get enough of me, you can always check me out live on twitch.tv and stay up to date with me on Twitter as well. Now that's going to be it, but I can't say thank you enough for all your support here on the channel. Wherever you guys are in the world, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. See you later.